Should be good. Speaking of food, Neighborhood Eats is in Castle Hills this morning, where Southern food is getting a taste lift.
Yes, but does that lift pass our reviewers' test? Here's Marvin Hurst.
Welcome to Clementine's, a place that takes Southern food to an entirely different level. John Russ is from New Orleans, his wife from Atlanta, so it makes sense. They're a restaurant with focus on Southern food. But don't come to 2195 Northwest Military Highway looking for traditional Southern eats.
It's a different view of just Southern cuisine. It's a different take on those things.
Clementine is not a vegan restaurant. They are vegetable influenced.
We try to do things with the proteins that make sense, but not to be a heavily protein-rich restaurant.
Well, Neighborhood Eats is ready for a culinary journey we hope doesn't go south. Let's start with a white mushroom salad with pecorino cheese, parsley, lemon juice, pomegranates, olive oil, and a light dressing.
This is good. This is special.
Next, the ricotta cavatelli with toasted pecan, shaved Parmesan cheese, broccoli pesto, Sichuan peppers, and peppercorns.
I like the flavor.
How about the popular Miss Julie's Beets with no grain granola, ruby red grapefruits, blue cheese, aged balsamic, olive oil, and fresh herbs?
I think I like it. I do declare.
Then there's a sea bass called Brancino, topped with summer squash salad, grilled lemon, Marcano almonds, and pecorino cheese.
This fish thing here is for real, buddy.
Finally, Clementine Crunch Bar with Clementine mousse, sherbet, candied hazelnuts, and fresh mac.
This is sensational.
Thank you so much for this recommendation. If you have another one, all you have to do is hit me up on my Kins5 Facebook page or send me a tweet. Just don't forget to hashtag it at Kins5 Eats.